It was totally unexpected. My love came in, Ben came in, and he got down on one knee, and he said some things that I'll never forget. And then he pulled out a ring, and he said, "Will you marry me?"
Surprise, surprise. Jennifer Lopez has talked about Ben Affleck finally proposing to her. Keep on watching to find out. It's been a big year for Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. As I'm sure you'll remember, the duo set the internet ablaze last summer when they announced to the world that, after nearly 2 decades, Bennifer was back on. Jennifer shared the news on Friday in a very special edition of her newsletter, on the J.Lo, where she showed off her beautiful and enormous engagement ring. Jennifer Lopez was soaking in a bubble bath when Ben Affleck proposed. She revealed last week that the two are now engaged, but says the way it went down was pretty quiet and private. But what other intimate details has the on-the-floor singer revealed? Keep on watching to find out. After giving her fans a moment to process the excitement, the singer went back with all the juicy details about exactly what went down. And it's just as adorable as we'd been hoping. Jennifer Lopez was bubbling over with joy. Literally. The pop star revealed that she was taking a bubble bath when Ben Affleck proposed. "Saturday night, while at my favorite place on earth, in the bubble bath, my beautiful love got on one knee and proposed," the singer wrote via her On the J.Lo newsletter on Tuesday. Titled How It Went Down, Lopez admitted that she was taken totally off guard in the moment. "I just looked in his eyes, smiling and crying at the same time, trying hard to get my head around the fact that after 20 years, this was happening all over again," she explained. "I was quite literally speechless, and he said, 'Is that a yes?' I said, 'Yes, of course that's a yes.'" Lopez, 52, said she was crying when Affleck, 49, asked her to marry him, and that the simplicity of it all made it that much more romantic. "I was smiling so big and tears were coming down my face, feeling so incredibly happy and whole. It was nothing fancy at all, but it was the most romantic thing I could have ever imagined," she said. Just a quiet Saturday night at home, 2 people promising to always be there for each other. 2 very lucky people who got a second chance at true love. In a video accompanying the newsletter, Lopez shared that the proposal was totally unexpected.
"I'm engaged!" It was totally unexpected. My love came in, Ben came in, and he got down on one knee, and he said some things that I'll never forget. And then he pulled out a ring, and he said, "Will you marry me?" And it was the most perfect moment.
She gushed. She also touched on the significance of the green diamond in her engagement ring, explaining that the color has always been lucky for her.
And he hands me a ring, and he said, "It's a green diamond. My favorite color. It's also my lucky color. Obviously, it'll be my lucky color forever now." It means so much when somebody really thinks about you and loves you and sees you. And it was just the most perfect moment. Feeling so lucky. It's not often you get a second chance at true love.
The huge news sent the internet into a frenzy. People rushed to Twitter to express their feelings and congratulate the couple. "Bennifer is engaged. At J.Lo, at Ben Affleck. Congrats, #Bennifer," wrote one user. The true Bennifer fanatics couldn't get enough of the couple after this news broke. A user took to Twitter to write these song lyrics as a tribute to the newly engaged couple. "I was never lost, I was just passing through. I was on my way to you." Beautiful, isn't it? There were also those who took this as an opportunity to point out the fact that love doesn't have to be enclosed inside a definition and transcends everything. A user tweeted, "J.Lo and Ben Affleck are engaged again, so this goes out to all the second chance romance lovers. A superior trope. #Bennifer." "Second time's the charm. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are engaged," agreed another user. However, as with everything on the internet, it wasn't all happiness and blessings for the couple. A huge segment of the internet was infuriated at Jennifer for her multiple failed engagements. "And I know it's not a competition, but how the fuck did Jennifer Lopez get engaged twice before I even got one boyfriend?" said a user on the social media platform. For some context, Ben and Bennifer first started dating in 2002 and quickly got engaged in the same year. However, after solidifying their status as one of Hollywood's favorite power couples, they ultimately called off their wedding and parted ways for good in 2004. But now, 18 years and a few failed relationships later, Ben and Bennifer are engaged for the second time. Opening up about the demise of their romance in the 2000s, Bennifer told Rolling Stone earlier this year that her relationship with Ben was destroyed from the inside out, thanks to brutal public scrutiny. "It's funny because Ben and I were together and we were so in love. It was one of the happiest times of my life," she recalled. But also, there was this other thing happening where we were being criticized, and it really destroyed our relationship from the inside out, because we were just too young to understand at that time what were really the most important things in life. She went on. But the hardships of their first relationship, she said, built a much stronger foundation for their eventual reunion. "We're older now, we're smarter, we have more experiences, we're at different places in our lives. We have kids now, and we have to be very conscious of those things," she said. "We're so protective because it is such a beautiful time for all of us." In case you didn't know, both Ben and Bennifer married and divorced other partners over the course of the 17 years that they were apart. After her split from Ben, Bennifer went on to marry Mark Anthony in 2004. The couple welcomed twins, Max and Em, in 2008, but sadly divorced 3 years later. Then, in 2019, she got engaged to Alex Rodriguez before calling it quits in March 2021. Like Bennifer, Ben also went on to get married soon after their breakup. The Gone Girl actor tied the knot with Jennifer Garner in 2005 before eventually splitting after 10 years together. However, even after announcing their separation in 2015, Jen Garner has undoubtedly remained a huge part of Ben's life. While co-parenting their 3 children, Violet, Serafina, and Samuel, and navigating Ben's struggles with alcoholism, it's well known that the exes have maintained a solid bond. This is exactly why some users online did not appreciate Affleck moving on from Garner and marrying J.Lo. My statement, re Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez engagement: Ben Affleck will never do better than Jennifer Garner. Jennifer Garner is a national treasure, tweeted a user, pointing out that Ben will never find a partner as loving and supportive as his previous wife, Jennifer Garner. With this in mind, it came as no surprise to hear that Ben reportedly gave Jen and his kids the heads up before he popped the question. Ben told Jen and the kids, so they knew about it, a source close to the family told E! News this week, adding that apparently J.Lo has the ultimate seal of approval. "Jen is happy for Ben," the source went on, "and I know that J.Lo has been a positive influence in certain ways." While those who subscribed to Jennifer Lopez's newsletter on the J.Lo found out about Ben Affleck's proposal straight from the source, the Good Will Hunting star's father got the news secondhand. In a new interview with the U.S. Sun, Timothy Affleck said he hasn't talked to his son in ages. Despite their lack of contact, Timothy is happy for the recently engaged couple. "If everything one reads on the internet is true, they're having a good time together," he told The Sun. "He's quite busy with all of his newfound activities. He's been working a lot, which no one seems to care about. They care about romance." Based on the rest of the interview, it seems Timothy hasn't reconnected with Lopez since she was first engaged to Ben back in the early 2000s. "I did meet Jennifer Lopez when they first dated," he said. "There's a lot I admire about her. She's quite a special woman." He continued, "What I like most about her is that she did it all herself. She brought herself up on so many different levels. She's obviously very talented. She's one of the people who really worked at it and hustled. There was no nepotism. Who do you know bullshit. She's a hard worker and I admire that. I think she deserves everything she gets." Clearly, Timothy approves. "I'm happy about it," he said of Lopez becoming his daughter-in-law. "I don't know anything about wedding plans or anything like that, but I don't imagine there will be a repeat of the last wedding arrangements when it got called off." That's it from our side. Now we want to know what you feel regarding J.Lo's engagement to Ben Affleck. How would you have proposed to her if you were in Ben's place? Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more updates.